So with the launch of this new season, guys, there are plenty of new drop spots and map changes that I do want to go over. And in today's video, I'm going to be covering the 5 best ones for solo, ranked, and also solo tournaments. I'm really excited to make this video. I really enjoy a lot of these brand new map changes, and I hope you guys will as well. I'm going to be going in the order from the least best to the best, and you guys should definitely be sure to follow along and pick which drop spot you guys would like. Alright, let's hop right into this video because I don't want to waste any time. So to start off, guys, I want to go over the apparatus. Now, the apparatus is located in the brand new biome of the map. This is going to be a place that's kind of like a rock temple in which you guys can go around the area and loot all the different chests and areas near it. There's going to be plenty of different attributes of this drop spot that plenty of you guys will enjoy. Let's begin with all of the different stats of this drop spot. The apparatus is going to be having 10 chests, 1 hollow chest, 1 slurp plant, which is one of the new additions to the game, and then also it's a very central POI, so rotation is quite easy as you guys want to rotate to the zone. And in terms of all the materials from this POI, there's going to be trees that you guys can use to farm wood, there's going to be stones you guys can use to get brick, and yes, metal is going to be scarce around here, but obviously you guys can rotate over to a POI that does have metal. You can go to a gas station, leave the biome, find out whatever you need to do in order to get metal. You guys will probably only have around 100 at most when you guys leave this place. Now, the apparatus, the reason I really like it is because obviously it's very central, but the other real reason is that this is a place that you can really max out on your loot really quickly. All of the chests are kind of condensed into one little ring around this temple, and it's really easy to get them if you guys plan out a little route. I think that this is one of the best drop spots for people that want to land somewhere really good, that is really easy to rotate out of, but also don't want to really be contested off spawn by too many people. This is a place you won't really find too many people contesting you. I'd say maybe 1 or 2 at the most. If there is more than 2 people contesting you, you guys can obviously learn this drop spot better than them by practicing your drops, learning how to make a drop map for it, or pretty much any other thing. That goes for all the drop spots on the list, by the way. But the apparatus, like I said before, is one of the best drop spots for those of you that want to play a little bit low-key, and I think a lot of you guys will definitely enjoy it. Now, moving on to the second drop spot of this video, I want to go over Mayday Meadow. Now, Mayday Meadow is extremely good in my opinion because once again, it is in the new biome. However, it has a lot of the benefits of the previous biomes. It's going to be having 10 chests, 1 hollow chest, 6 slurp barrels, a vending machine, and also rotation is very easy once again because it is in the center biome and it's very central. There's also going to be trees for wood, stones for brick, and once again, metal is scarce, but you guys can obviously rotate over to a different POI in order to try and farm it. As a matter of fact, what I would recommend for you guys in order to farm some metal is a couple of different things. The first thing is to rotate over to the snow biome. The snow biome has a lot of different places such as Brutal Bastion and all those different temples. In those different places, you're going to be finding a lot of different types of metal. A bunch of structures which will give you a lot of different materials. And another really good idea is that if you guys rotate over to the different types of frosty flight type buildings, those places also have quite a bit of metal as well. So definitely consider doing that because that's actually the best way to get metal in my personal opinion. But going back to the actual drop spot at hand, Mayday Meadow is extremely good. The reason I like it a lot is because of kind of the surrounding area of it. When you land here, there's going to be a plane that you can use to farm metal. That's actually going to get you a good amount if you have enough time to farm it and you're not contested. And obviously this place will be contested, but not by very many people, maybe 1 or 2 at the most, similar to the last drop spot. And if you're able to eliminate those players and get all the metal to yourself, there actually is a considerable amount, but as it stands on its own, there's not too much metal if you guys are contested and you're not able to farm it without being eliminated. But obviously that's Mayday Meadow. It's a really solid drop spot for medium tier players that want to try to land somewhere central that has a good amount of loot. You can save a lot of shield from those slurp barrels as well and purchase really good weapons from the vending machine, but that's overall what I would recommend for you guys in this new drop spot. Now, the next drop spot is probably going to be my personal favorite. This is where I'm going to be landing when I play ranked in different game modes throughout the season. This is going to be SUNSWOON Lagoon. Now, despite the really stupid name, this place is going to be extremely stacked in terms of loot. SUNSWOON Lagoon is going to be having 14 chests, 2 coolers, 1 hollow chest, 3 slurp plants, which are once again a new addition. And it's also going to be very central for you guys to rotate really easily. It's going to have a bunch of different stones, trees, and you can actually find a good amount of metal here. There's just various different things inside of the houses that you guys can easily farm. Metal's actually not that hard to get around here. But definitely this place is one of the best if you guys want to try to land somewhere in the new biome. There are other POIs that are major that are near this place that you guys can easily rotate to. I personally think that this is one of the best ones. And the reason that I truly want to land here is because not only is it central, this POI also has access to water, which is once again an access to fishing. And yes, fishing has kind of died off in the past in Fortnite recent history. However, fishing is still an extremely powerful feature of the game that many of you guys need to start using more. in order to maximize your chances of survivability throughout the rest of the game. The way that I'm going to play this drop spot, if you guys are interested, I'm going to be landing, looting, farming, getting my health up, and then once I'm stacked on all of my meds, then I'm going to be fishing and then substituting the meds out from the ones that I'm going to get from fishing. I personally think that the best situation to having the amount of meds that you want, I think fishing can easily satisfy that. Not to mention you can also get really good loot from fishing as well. But that's SUNSWOON Lagoon. Let's move on to the next drop spot. Now the next drop spot is actually not included in this current new biome that just got added. This is actually going to be an old one that I went over before, however it's just so good to the point where I can't not include it. This is going to be CRUDE Harbor. Now CRUDE Harbor is going to be having 17 chests, 1 hollow chest, 5 slurp barrels, 2 slap barrels, 2 slurp trucks, a vending machine, 2 coolers, and also it's going to have tons of wood from the trees, stones from the brick, and I'd argue the most metal in one small area around the map. So in terms of all 3 materials, you're pretty much going to be set. However, the only drawback of landing at this drop spot is that it is not a central POI, so rotation might be a little bit difficult. However, if you guys want, you can easily rotate over to the Aegis Temple. You can go over there and there's a launch pad that you guys can use to fly to the center of the map. Obviously, there's various different mobility items in the game right now, such as slap barrels that will give you infinite sprint ability, pretty much anything you guys can use in order to master your ability to rotate. CRUDE Harbor once again has 2 slurp trucks, which I think is by far the biggest benefit of this POI. You guys can land here, get the slurp truck, save all of your meds, and then absolutely be stacked going into the later parts of the game. Obviously, if you do land here, there may be a couple of players contesting you, considering everybody knows how good this drop spot is nowadays. There's probably going to be around 1 to 4 players at max, but I really doubt you're going to find 4 players there. It's very unlikely. However, once again, it is big enough for many people to split it, so if you land here, there's a chance that you can just loot your different areas, get your slurp truck, because there's obviously 2, and then you can just leave. This POI is really good. I think that a lot of people need to start recognizing how good it is. Just because it's not in the new biome does not make it not good. Once you land here, you'll definitely appreciate and value the strength of this place. And I think a lot of the people around here will really understand how stacked it really is once they start landing here. I think it's really good for people who are kind of higher level players that don't really want to get involved in many early game or mid game fights. So that's the personal level of player that I think will be landing here. But overall, I hope you guys definitely like that drop spot, because I definitely do. And of course, you guys know how I like to end these drop spots videos. I like to end them off with an actual named location that got added to the game. This is going to be Shady Stilts. The reason that I chose this specific drop spot is not for the one that you guys may think. A lot of players will think, oh, this place has a lot of loot. And while yes, that is true, it has the most concentrated amount of loot on the map, I believe. It has 30 plus chests. It has 6 slurp barrels, also a capture point. That is not the main reason that I actually chose this drop spot. The reason that I chose this place is because it has an absurd amount of area to it. So you can easily land here as a solo player and you can grab your little house, you can loot it, and you'll pretty much be set for the rest of the game. You don't really need to land at this drop spot and be forced to fight off spawn. You can easily grab a little section of the POI, give it to yourself, and then leave. That's the reason that I think that this drop spot is so powerful. Shady Stilts is definitely going to be the best named POI in my opinion. Obviously, different places around the map will be having metal. However, I think Shady Stilts stands alone in how powerful it is. So if you guys want to land at a named POI that is brand new this season, Shady Stilts, in my opinion, is definitely the way to go. Guys, those are the 5 best solo drop spots that I identified within this brand new season. I hope you guys really did enjoy and you really consider landing at one of them. If you guys do land at one of these drop spots, please let me know in the comments. I'm really interested to see how many people actually decide to land at these different places. But anyways, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.